It's the home of the 76ers here in Philadelphia as 2K Sports brings you today's action live from the Wells Fargo Center. Now a chance to check out tonight's starting lineups. We'll get to see Derrick Rose, a lot of skill and talent he possesses.
He's really the lifeblood of this team, Kevin. I mean, for the most part, everything they do revolves around him.
Their heart and soul, their heartbeat, if you will, and that should be the case because every other player on the court really looks to him for leadership.
Well, guys, for the Philadelphia 76ers, they come in off the loss.
What is going on? Welcome back. Coffee Black here in NBA 2K14 Next Gen PS4. My career, my player. Woo! So, Richardson goes down. He is a starting shooting guard, not a sharding shooting guard, but the starting shooting guard. And with his injury, I finally get my first playing time of the year. This is like game number 3 or 4 of the season. Finally seeing my first minutes, and it takes an injury. And I talked about this a little bit in the last episode. The game itself is kind of scripted as far as the story goes. Obviously, gameplay is not scripted, but the story itself is scripted. A lot of events happen in the game that happens in everybody's My Career, and this is how everybody starts off when you get your first playing action in the NBA. One of your players that are in front of you gets injured, and then you finally get to see the court. So trying to make the most of it, get a wide open look at 3 there. I'm not really much of a 3-point shooting guy. My guy is an athletic small shooting guard, meaning I'm going to try to get most of my buckets by driving to the basket. So able to knock down some couple open threes. And
you were forced into extra action tonight due to an injury to one of your teammates, but you made a solid impression with your play. What is your mindset coming into a game like that?
Well, you never want to see a teammate get hurt, but when my name gets called, I'm going out and do whatever I can to help the team. I've been waiting for a chance to get some extra runs, so it was good to show what I can do. Hope I got more of that coming in the future.
What's up, Coach? Thanks, man. I really appreciate that. Hey, you got it, man. I'm just happy I was able to contribute. Yo, this is just the beginning of the ways I can help this team. Message received loud and clear. Appreciate that, man. All right. You got it.
So as you can see, they brought back some of the after-game press conferences where you get to answer a question. Those don't happen too often as far as I could see. There's plenty of games where after the game nothing happened, and I'm sitting on the team plane traveling to who knows where, or in my car traveling to the Philadelphia 76 arena. So they've definitely changed up the way that you interact. You could also see after the interview, I went in and talked to the coach, and it's the real coach as far as like what they look like. However, they want to use, and I'll show you an example here pretty soon. They use this new technology called Real Voice, where they actually have interviews with coaches and players in game, and then they'll actually use that real audio to have that interview, which is a really cool feature. But obviously, since they're doing that, they can't really have the real voice of the coaches doing all of the after game talks with your guy or things like that. When we get a little farther, you'll see me interact a little bit more with the GM, which is just a made up guy, and they use a real voice at that. But trying to be as realistic as possible, they didn't want to just have some fake voice for the coach, and then all of a sudden you see him interviewed on the sidelines and it's using his real voice. So I can understand that. It seems weird when all of a sudden you're talking and the coach is just moving his, or not even moving his mouth, and it just shows words on the screen. It gets a little weird. But you can see a few times in this game, and right there is an example. It seems like they call fouls a lot more this year than in games past. It seems like every time I drive to the rim, not every time, but a lot of times when I drive to the rim, they're gonna give me a foul call and let me go to the line. So I definitely need to start working on my free throw shooting, even though I'm pretty decent at it right now. It's really less about the free throw shooting statistics and more about getting your timing down on what your animation looks like for the free throws, making sure that you're releasing when you're supposed to, and all that kind of stuff. That's definitely more important than the actual skill itself, the spending the VC on. Look at that dive. But here's an example of the real voice, if you guys haven't seen it.
Well, Kevin, we're joined now by Coach Mark Jackson. And, Coach, your team tonight's struggling a bit. What's your biggest concern so far?
Well, overall, we're turning the basketball over, and they're the hardest working team tonight. That's not our brand of basketball, so we got to be better. We're going to have to knock them out. They're not going to lay down.
Coach, thank you. Guys, a former point guard not happy with the way they're turning it over.
Okay, Doris, thanks. And
so, yeah, between at halftime, most of the time they will do an interview with either a coach or the player, and they use the actual voice of that coach. They basically take a interview that they've done before and just pull the audio out of it and put it in game and try to make it sound as realistic as possible as far as the situation that you're in that game. But I really like that feature, and I think they're going to build on that next year. I really like all the additions that they've made to this game. Like I said, this is probably my favorite next-gen video game so far. But let's see what happens now.
Thanks, man. I really appreciate that. Test? What you talking about, man? Hey, man, I feel like you've been here much longer than me. If you see an opportunity, I'm not about to step in the way. Yeah, I'm feeling you. Hey, I just want to play my game, help this team win. You know what I'm saying?